Hello whiskey lovers and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings, and today we will be talking about Glenmorangie. Glenmorangie can be found 65 kilometers north of Inverness in Tain, and it was founded in 1843. Before that, it was actually a brewery known as the Morangie Farm. But it was founded in 1843 and it is well known and well respected in the whiskey industry, and one of the reasons is that it's got very high stills, the tallest stills in the whiskey industry actually. It's got a still house with 8 stills of over 5 meters tall. The reason for that is that they think that having these high stills, that will create a lighter spirit because there will be more interaction between the alcohol vapors and the copper, and moreover there will be more reflux and the heavier compounds will drop back into the still and be redistilled again, so only the finest, most delicate spirits will reach the top and then be diverted through the line arm, be condensed into a fine, very delicate spirit indeed, and that will then be put into casks. Now they experiment with all kinds of casks. They have a current range with some wood finishes, for example the Astar, which is finished in bourbon casks, but then there is also the Nectar d'Or, which is finished on Sauterne French wine casks, the La Santa, which is on sherry casks, and if you look back, I believe my second whiskey rambling was actually the Glenmorangie La Santa. It's nice looking back. And then finally there's also this one, the Quinta Ruban, or the Quinta Ruban, I don't know how to pronounce it, the Quinta Ruban, which is actually finished on port casks. So first it got a maturation of 12 years on bourbon casks, and then it got a finish on port pipes. And that also explains why this has a ruby sheen on it. It's a deep copper but with a pink sheen, and that is most likely from the port casks. It is bottled at 46%, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 46. So that is the drinking strength. Let's find out what Glenmorangie Quita Ruban or Quinta Ruban, whatever, means on the nose. Well, it is very sweet. I get some toffee, I get some chocolate, red fruit, berries, strawberries, some creme brulee, loads of creme brulee actually, some pears, some mandarin. So this is quite fruity indeed. It's even got a silky, soft floral touch in there as well. This is a very nice nose actually, on the palate then. Soft, accessible, very easygoing, but again, it is creamy, it is honey sweet. I get some red fruits again, but I also get some pear drops, some pineapple, a bit of spices, but not overly much. Some mandarin even. The spicy notes are a bit like nutmeg and maybe a smidgen of cinnamon, but it's not too spicy, far from it. It's very sweet. It's nice, but it's not overly complex though. The finish. Well, the finish is rather short. Very sweet though. Some mandarin in there, and some sugar, some icing sugar maybe. Sugared mandarin. And a touch of oak as well. Well, it is a very accessible expression of Glenmorangie, the Quinta Ruban, port cask matured. Very easygoing, and it's not overly complex. It's a sip and enjoy scotch. It's not the kind of whiskey that you have to think about, but it's a kind of whiskey that you will really enjoy serving with some friends. Not only because it looks good in the bottle, this is very nice bottle design, but also because it is very sweet and accessible. Something for after dinner, for a chat with friends. Put it on the table, serve it, no ice or anything like that of course, and you'll find that this bottle will empty itself quite quickly because it is very quaffable indeed. Not overly complex, but very nice, very sweet. And the port has added an extra layer of sweetness, an extra layer of red fruitiness, more or less, without becoming too dominating. And still this Glenmorangie is a sweet and delicate whiskey, a sip and go whiskey, a sip and enjoy whiskey. This is the kind of whiskey that I like to pour myself before settling myself in front of the television and watching sports or something like that. And that's all for this Whisky Rambling, the Glenmorangie Quita Ruban at 46%. Very accessible, very sweet, very quaffable. Sip and enjoy whiskey, and that's all. And I hope to see you again at one of Mark's Whisky Ramblings real soon. And until then, may the malt be with you. Bye-bye.